In this world of give and take, there are not enough people willing to give what it takes.
It's pretty impressive how many are around us and ask for nothing in return. They'll always tell you, I was just doing my job. You see them getting their mail in the afternoon at the mailbox. You see them at the red light on your way to work. You see them at the grocery store. It could be the tenor in the choir at your church, the guy that's coaching your kids. These guys do the unthinkable for us, and we don't even think of it. And those are the men and women of the armed services that have been wounded in a combat situation. How many of you or I have put ourselves into a combat situation? How would we react? And they've done it for us.
Some of my other Marines were coming on the roof with me, and some of the line company guys were coming in. So I kind of just started running and said, go. And when I looked at the grenade, something just told me, hey, it's about to go off.
We were going to one of the most hostile portions of the Helmand province that the Afghan war has ever seen, as a combat engineer looking for IEDs and trying to keep everybody safe. Found an IED, it was set off. I was 6 feet away from the IED when it blew.
As you can imagine, we were shooting as fast as we could. I shot one right in front of me. He had a satchel charge. He fell in a punji pit with me, exploded, blew the two of us out. I go through there, I reached back for my shotgun. I realized the blast had blown my left arm off just above my elbow. These folks had grenades tied around their waist, grenades in each hand, the pins pulled. It's run up a hill, exploding, killing themselves, trying to kill us. I looked to my left, my radio man, McCormick, were dead or unconscious. At the time, I wasn't sure which. Heard my streetman on the right cry out, and what had happened, a grenade came in a foxhole. A young Marine, African-American, Ralph Johnson, only South Carolinian I had, from Charleston. Ralph jumped on a grenade, smothered with his stomach, blew himself in half. It saved my life and life of two Marines with him. But I tried to get over to him as I crawled that way. Another grenade came in. As I did, I threw my hands up. This arm was off. My right hand covered my right eye. Grenade exploded. Blew my left eye out, nose off, teeth on the left side out, both eardrums out. Lost most of use of my right hand. I lay there, it seemed like hours. I don't know how long it passed, but believe me, y'all, I never wanted to live so bad all my life. If I could just see my men get off that hill alive. Bob came over and knelt by me, got on radio, called for helicopters. Pilot said they couldn't get there till daylight. Bob said, tell them forget it. We've been throwing rocks on the side of the hill, out of grenades, won't anybody be left at daylight. Pilots reconsidered. 3 a.m. the first bird landed. They put me 2 dead, 5 wounded on that chopper. As it lifted, the next one landed. The rest of my men grabbed hold. As that bird lifted, about 150 enemy just covered the hill. 5 more minutes, probably nobody got out of there alive.
I got shot when I was coming off of a hot LZ, and I had my leg over a tree and got shot in my leg, and then I got a mortar shrapnel in my back. That gave me a Purple Heart, and but the Bronze Star I got, we set up and went to what we call a water run. And it's everybody, about 6 hours, will grab everybody's water canteen and go down to a creek somewhere and get some water. And then we'd make another roundabout way of getting back to where we was at to make sure we didn't have any NVA we ran up on a bunker, and they opened up on us, and the lieutenant and the RTO, they started running back down the hill, so it left us about 3 on the ground. We couldn't get shoot into the bunker hole the way it was set up, so I rolled over a guy, grabbed his M79, which is a grenade launcher, and rolled over enough till I could lob one into the bunker and kill 3 then.
He got hit in the plate in the back!
They've hit the vehicle.
Hey, take the vehicle up!
They hit the vehicle.
It was a little, like a vehicle patrol base. We just kind of had the vehicles pulling security for us. It was nighttime, and, you know, we'd get, you know, harassing fire here and there, a couple of firefights. Nothing out of the ordinary for that area. That particular night, we ended up getting hit on 3 separate sides. We started taking pretty heavy fire, a little bit heavier than normal, and initially, one of the first guys wounded during that fight was my platoon sergeant, who was the highest ranking guy in the platoon at the time. And he was the first one in the platoon that was wounded. Our medic was treating him. He was wounded while he was treating him. Once everything was all said and done, I had a pain on my leg, and I noticed that, you know, I had a little blood there, but nothing crazy. But yeah, apparently I guess I took some shrapnel during one of the incoming RPGs. And, you know, we took a few RPGs that day. Our trucks were completely disabled, just about every single one of them.
The service member sacrifices, the family sacrifices, the children sacrifice. They give us the freedom to do the things that we do every day. At Support U.S. Armed Forces, what we do, whether it's the concert, the marriage conference, the Purple Heart Honor Hunt, we really, really are a lean organization. Then this Purple Heart Honor Hunt, which started very uniquely 4 years ago when we brought out a terminally ill soldier, Master Sergeant Tony Cogdell. But during that time that we were out here, we forged a friendship with Melon Creek Outfitters, a tremendous friendship. And Dustin, Hagan, Dan all asked us, you know, would you like to come back? If so, could you bring some veterans with you? Each of these men that get vetted they're nominated for this Purple Heart Honor Hunt by their family members, by their friends, by fellow combat soldiers, who know that they love the outdoors, that they have a passion for it. I don't tell them anything about it other than we're going to provide you airfare, we're going to get your hunting license, we're going to, you know, take you to and from the airport to Melon Creek and back to the airport. But you'll be guided by a professional when you're there, and that's the extent of it. Because for them, I don't want to try to put something in their mind. I want them to anticipate it until they get here and then just receive more than they could expect. And that's what's happened each and every year that we've been here.
Every year we do a hunt with Support U.S. Armed Forces and its spokesman, Bill Carlson, to try and give back to the combat veterans. We've really met some incredible people, and their stories are absolutely amazing. And it was one of the hunts that I think all of us look the most forward to out of all of the hunting that we do all year long. It is absolutely our pleasure and our honor to be able to take these guys and at least give them a few days away from the realities of what's happened to them and what they've seen happen to their friends. Something that I look forward to every year, and I can only hope that they had as good of a time hunting as I did taking them.
You know, these guys have all given up something for you and I. You know, they've served, they've gotten blown up or shot. These guys are so appreciative. I mean, some of these guys have gave up a lot, you know, way more than, you know, I could ever imagine, you know, being away from my family for months at a time and, you know, losing friends. And I mean, it's just a great thing for us to take these guys. You know, this doesn't fix everything. This doesn't make them forget about what happened over there. But, you know, for this short window of time, maybe they can forget about what all went on over there.
I feel like most Americans, especially in today's society, doesn't realize the sacrifice that so many people do so that we can have the freedoms, enjoy the things that we have here today. It's very touching, and I personally want to do everything that I possibly can. I would love to help every military person that I come in contact with. I'd love to do anything for them to make their day brighter, to make anything better for them, because freedom is not free.
Bill Carlson is all in when it comes to giving back to the armed forces. I mean, you can see that in his face, you can hear it in the emotion in his voice when he starts talking about it. The things that he tries to get done for the veterans of the armed forces, especially those that have been wounded in action, it's just absolutely amazing and incredible.
Hey, this is a passion for him. I mean, this is what he lives for, and I mean, he works his tail off to organize this event and many other events that he does. He loves giving back to these vets, and, you know, hats off to Bill Carlson for all that he does for these guys.
Him and his wife, Crystal, do so much. They put time, sweat, tears, blood into everything that they can do to give back to our military, and I am very proud to know them.
All the guys that have come down here, I stay in touch with. 2 of them's in my hunting camp at home. And it's mentioned real often how thankful they are for people like Dan and Stephanie and Bill Carlson.
To me, they're top notch. All of them. They all are cut from that fabric. And that starts with the standards. I love what they say, not raising standards, not fences, because they live by it. A lot of people talk about that. These guys live by it. And so bringing guys that have never had that experience and putting them into the hands of somebody that's going to give them a once-in-a-lifetime experience, that's a pretty good match.
I was beyond excited at the opportunity. I've never been to South Texas, and I've been on a hunting show or been on a hunting trip, guided hunting trip. So I was extremely excited, and I was extremely grateful for the opportunity that he provided.
Oh man, the great thing about the Melon Creek, everything's been met. Every expectation that I had of what it's like to hunt at a ranch. The hunting, the guides, outstanding. I mean, they know what they're doing out here.
It's a tremendous experience. I don't know how to be thankful enough for it. People go a lifetime and don't have a hunt or a time like this like I've had.
That's why we do this.